for the time being, but we are still firing back at it. Nice. Lots of 5-inch guns on there, doing a good job. Oh, there you go, they've all just fired. They've all just missed. Haha! Welcome back everybody to another MoisTea gaming video. We're going to be looking at more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Following the campaign, we started as America, we're now at 1898. And we've been at war with Spain about 3 times now. But apparently I didn't quite understand the mechanics properly because I wanted Cuba. And on this turn we have managed to actually do a naval invasion of it. Now we have enough shipping. And we're going to have a dabble at taking care of some of the colonial powers and possessions that they have. I'd like to have a dabble at the Philippines, but we don't have the ships on the western seaboard because that's not where all the action's happening. We're not going to have enough tonnage to actually do a naval invasion here. But we've just set up a naval invasion for the Canary Islands, Santa Cruz. That has a port capacity which is larger than the Western Sahara, so I'm going to have a dabble at taking that first. So let's do that. Got some enemy ships floating around Mexico, but we're going to have to deal with them at some point. Their supply port is going to be so far away, I'm not too sure exactly what they are going to be doing there. Potentially going to try and take some of our transport out. Well, that isn't going to happen if they don't have fuel. I am going to intercept them, but we're going to have to wait for our own ships to move down there. We've got 4 more CLs which are moving up to meet our western fleet. And another battleship, but these are the very old ones, so we'll see how effective they are. I'll engage that fleet before this battleship gets there, that is for sure. Our fleet still needs to get into position to rearm and recrew. They fended off all of the Spanish fleet pretty much. We absolutely smashed them. Last episode we created our first dedicated mine-laying ship. Very weakly armed, but it is pretty damn fast, so that's hopefully going to keep it out of the action. Not built for combat, there's no armor on it anywhere at all. Just speed and mine-laying, rather cheap. $1 million per ship. I was hoping to do it with a torpedo destroyer, but they do not have the mine-laying capability on them. Probably because they're a little bit too small. Regardless, this should come in handy. I would want to get some built, but we can't currently because we're already building several ships as well. Brazil is building 5 of our ships, 2 of which are battleships, and also 3 CLs. While we are also building 4 Washington classes to replace the Kansas class, the old thing that they are. And we're also going to be building currently 4 of the new, I can't even say that, Cincinnati. We've got all American names, so if an American could please correct me on that, that would be marvellous. These are the armoured cruisers, so that should be entertaining to see how they perform. Technology, we're going to get a new rangefinder, which will be wonderful. These will come in handy when we redo the battleships and any other kind of ship which requires a rangefinder. That would be glorious. Just got some new armour. Bit late on that, but it is what it is. I'd like more torpedo range, but I'm not going to dedicate anything to that just yet. And we certainly don't need bigger hulls right now, even though we do have the capacity to do it. So I'm not too bothered about getting hull strengthening just yet either. I'm going to gradually let these slide up and see what happens with that for the time being. But one thing I would like is twin 6-inch gun for the light cruisers. That would be quite nice. I believe that's going to be in turret mechanisms, simply because we have the secondary double turret for capital ships and secondary turrets on light cruisers and things, so it's going to be that, I think. Politics, I want to keep prodding the other nations. I'm going to see if I can prod France enough without going to war with Britain and Russia, otherwise we may be in a pickle. They all seem to be quite friendly with each other, so that's going to take some time, but for now we'll just concentrate on this naval invasion. Oh, the invasion of the Canary Islands is already looking good. We have murdered 206 soldiers where we have only lost 40 men. So this is looking good. It should only last for 3 turns. Excellent. What I'm going to do is going to be quite funny actually. There's been an update which means we have an area of control, so we could trap these Spanish ships in here. And if they want to come at us, they can. We will move our ships right down there and see what happens. Now, I would like our other light cruisers to get there, but it may take a little while. They're on the very edge of this, probably supply port is a million miles away, so we're going to have to bear with them. This battleship is also taking forever to get there, but it's still all good. We'll just see if we can murder these. We'll have fuel, whereas the enemy probably won't. We can use that to our advantage. Another good one for us. We've murdered 209 more soldiers, where we've only lost 23. Naval invasion so far is looking quite good. Bit of an event going on over here. Southern Greece is getting away from their occupiers, the Ottoman Empire. So it does look like there's a bit of a rebellion going on, so we'll see what happens here. Will be interesting. Greece is our ally. We've purchased quite a few ships from us so far, and they're going to go and try and help themselves out with 3 battleships and so on, so hopefully they will prevail. Spain are under pressure. They've also had one of their other provinces taken by France. We've just taken control of the Canary Islands. That is fantastic. So now we're going to go for the Western Sahara. Get another invasion going. Western Sahara, yes please. Get our ships into position. It should be around this port because I do believe it's from the highest port capacity. Could be wrong, but either way it's only a shuffle down the road if it's the case. Our shipbuilding capacity is still struggling because we're repairing our ships now as well as building everything else. I'm gonna, while we've got the cash, get some more shipyard built. I'm gonna go for another 12-month one. Could go all the way up there, but that's a lot of money. I suppose it's not like we can't afford it. We'll just keep ramping that up. Our invasion is already looking good. We've murdered 379 soldiers, while they've only murdered 61 of our troops. Our fleet is also coming together. The enemy are still trapped in here, so that was a good move. We have no supply port, it's too far. We should be able to smash them thoroughly. Would appear that they're actually going to try and reinforce it with this extra light cruiser, but that's not going to happen. Now this is a big blow for the Spanish. Southern Spain has been taken by France. Man, that is not good. And now they're having a go at another area of Spain. Not good. Look at that. Spain has been thoroughly smashed. This might actually be the end of Spain. Kind of my fault though. I did get allied with Britain and France pretty much and instigated a war between them, so this is kind of my fault, but it's alright. It is what it is. Once we've grabbed this, I'm going to see if I can get onto Sardinia. Do a naval invasion there. I don't know what the Italian fleet looks like actually, but I think they're going to be at war with others. Yeah, they are. They're at war with Britain and myself, so their fleet is knackered anyway. I'm not worried about that. We'll invade Sardinia next. Ooh! War erupted between us and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. I don't even know how that happened. But we have gained control of the Western Sahara, which is wonderful. We could even have a dabble going for Western Spain. We do have the option to do a naval invasion of it. So we'll see what happens if we invade it as well as France. It could give us the opportunity to. Now, Western Spain, it's going to be one of these 2 ports. This one, we'll move our fleets right up there. If we can grab a piece of territory on the mainland, that would be marvellous. Then when the war with France happens, things should be happy. But if that doesn't work, then we're going to move over to Sardinia, like we said. Still have the... Oh, France took the Spanish area over here, wherever that was. They don't have much left to Spain. They've still got the Philippines, but They're thoroughly being absolutely hammered. This fleet over here is now looking even more precarious. I could wait for the battleship. It is moving along quite swiftly now, but we'll just keep them there. We might as well wait. It will actually see the difference between the new ships and the old. Our fleet has also been repaired, so we can get those over here immediately as well. That's not going to do them any favours. Now this is an upgrade that we want. 3-bladed contra-rotating propellers will increase our torpedo range even further, and accuracy and everything else. Yes, please give me that. The crew training doctrine as well, absolutely. We can get our crews trained more before combat. We are in for a winner. This is a good one as well, which is happening. Hull weight will reduce significantly, and ship construction time again significantly, and the floors significantly, which we keep happening because we are rubbish at building ships. Our new battleships are 3-4 months away, and the new class of light cruiser is also 4 months away, so that's not too bad at all. And we can start thinking about potentially swapping some more out or doing some upgrades on the Washingtons. France are now at war with the Austro-Hungarian Empire as well. Oh man. Oh, this could change things between France and the German Empire. Oh, this is just really kicked off. Now Britain are involved as well. That's going to be a mess. Oh man. The invasion has begun though. We've murdered 4,500 Spanish while we've only had 1,000 losses. But this means that France is now going to come under heavy pressure, which isn't good for them. The German army, will that be better than the French army at this stage? I'm not too sure. The numbers certainly mean that France is in favour, especially in northern France. Not too sure how this is going to go on. And they've got the Austro-Hungarians as well, so there's going to be some fleet conflict over here. Italy isn't involved, but we can just casually start taking some of these provinces while all that is going on. We do have ships in position for this naval invasion, which is wonderful. We're going to have even more soon. Well, they're going to take a couple of jumps, maybe 3 months to get there. Because of all the wars, we're actually now extra giddy with Britain and France and everything else. We're nearly at war with Germany. So I'm going to actually increase relations with them. I don't want to go to war with them as well, because they're going to keep France busy. I'd rather them annihilate each other to some degree, rather than dragging me in. If I could just get the spoils, that would be excellent. Germany has 118 ships and is at war with France. Now, France has 68 ships. Looking at the tonnage though, 151,000 tons, whereas Germany has... Oh wow, they've got huge amounts. They've got 470... How are they having all that? 14 battleships. That is insane. Yeah, I don't want to go to war with them if I can help it. They may intrude on our things that we've got going on. They are fairly spread out, but still, I'd rather not if I can help it, so I'm going to improve relations with them. And we've got our first combat for a little while. This is the old ships. Okay, they've gone for attacking the older fleet, at least the older battle fleet ships. They've got 2 light cruisers in there, which are probably just going to sail away. So let's see what happens with this. But if I can help it, I don't want to get damaged in any way. Our ships are currently having a bit of a funny do, but they've corrected themselves. We're going to have 3 lots of... Well, 2 lots of 3 in the light cruisers and just set them to scout and see what happens. While these old as hell battleships move forwards. These do desperately need replacing. They've nearly got all the replacements done now. These are just here for the extra tonnage because they do have a fat gun on them, but it's not accurate really at all, and they're all a bit naff. The enemy are actually engaging, which is definitely interesting. But they're all just over there coming straight at us, so I'm going to turn this fleet to the left. No, to the right actually, because the wind is going that way. That may encourage them to sail that way a little bit quicker. Hopefully we can actually get some shots in and see what these actually do. Now these are set to screening, so I'm actually going to have them do what the AI thinks they should do, just to see what happens. Probably not going to like it, but it is what it is. I could just get them in quite close actually and have at it. Yeah, let's get them charging in. These are what they are, quite old and knackered, but it is what it is. They were the first battleships that we built. They have been upgraded slightly, and we've got first shots fired. Nice. Not bad. That was a large cannon shot. These are filled with 2-inch guns, so if they can get them on target, they should splatter them with lots of fire and everything else. It looks like we've already hit them. I'm not sure what with though. A 9-inch shell did just go straight through that ship then actually, but it didn't explode inside of it. If that had exploded inside of that, I don't think there would have been much left in it. I'm surprised that the 9-inch shell actually hit it, because normally they aren't accurate at all. It must have been a good day. Now they are looking like they're going to be proceeding that way, so we're going to try and keep all of our guns on them as best as possible. These screening ships are doing strange things. Oh, they're all having a funny do, aren't they? I'll just have them on screen and see what happens. The battleships are actually dealing damage to them. Nice, already. That's not a bad result. May have already been damaged. It's not having a good time. They missed on that occasion. Well, that ship is going down so quickly. That is unreal. We're just going to have to be chasing this thing down now, really. Get these over here. And all our screening ships are doing strange things. I would have liked to have thought that they would all be having a good time. They're probably going to be charging right in at this now, but we'll see what happens. They are on screen. They usually tend to engage the enemy when they get a little bit closer. This one looks like it's really going for it. Our battleships will now target the Antonio, as we've already destroyed that one thoroughly, which is all on fire. There's not going to be much crew left after that. Not going to be having a fun time. See how quickly we can annihilate this. Still got them all on save ammunition, because I only really want to be engaging if we're going to have a good chance of hitting the thing. That's only 3 kilometers, but there's such a low chance of hitting it because of the low technology that we have on these things. These were the first ones. You pretty much got to get at point blank range to actually really shoot them. The light cruisers probably have a better chance. Our ship has turned away for the time being, but we are still firing back at it. Nice. Lots of 5-inch guns on there, doing a good job. Our battleships are so slow, they're not going to get near that thing really for a little while. We do have a first couple of hits on to that thing, but our battleships are not close enough. The light cruisers are doing a good job of actually engaging it for the time being. A few of us shooting at it now. Fairly long range. Close to a few fires on it. Does look like we have destroyed. We've hit one of the 4.2-inch guns on the thing. unfortunate for the enemy ship that it didn't go up in another flash fire like its buddy did. The battleships are not going to get close enough to it. I'm wondering if we could just set them all on having a dabble anyway. Oh, there you go, they've all just fired. They've all just missed. Haha! Madness. Let's see if we can have these on normal as well. Oh yeah, they're all shooting now as well. I mean, we might as well, right? As long as we keep the torpedoes, we may lose some ammunition, but we should be able to resupply it through transports. Just don't want to be chasing this thing around for 3 days, really. That's my main concern. But we also do have reduced ammunition storage on our ships because it reduces weight. That's why I normally have it on save, which means they only tend to shoot when they have an increased chance of actually hitting the target. And as you can see, most of these are missing, so it is a complete waste of ammunition. But we've only got one ship remaining, and I just really want to get it gone. Some of these are going to hit, and when it does, it's going to be spectacular. We can have these going that way a bit. Try and turn that line slightly. As soon as this enemy ship has maneuvered. See if we can get them turning. Oh, see, that was a good hit. That's from a 5-inch shell from one of the light cruisers. That got blocked. I want one of these larger, I think they're 11, no, the 9-inch guns to hit this. I just want to see it go bang. This thing doesn't really have any armor on it. The engine damaged. Oh, that was another hit. Nice. That was a shell from the battleship, 5-inch shell, not the 9s. It's not looking very healthy. Oh, it's really going down. That's taking on a lot of water. All the engines are flooded. This is going down. Please hit it. Oh, you missed. Oh, if only they hit. That would have been spectacular. A bit cruel at this point. These ships don't really dish out that much damage just because they can't shoot straight, but they can absorb quite a bit, really. Our battleships, that is. But the light cruisers definitely do the work. And it is going down. It's dead in the water. There you go. Nice and easy. Lovely jubbly. It's only going to convince the Spanish to give us the Philippines more. 2 more enemy ships sunk. Excellent. Ooh. Oh, here we go. France initiates a major offensive from the province Dome. Where is that? Against the German Empire province at Togoland. Is that in Asia? Let's have a look. Our invasion seems to be doing okay still in southern Spain. Oh, the French have decided to stop trying to invade it. Is that because we did? Oh, that is a good question. I would like to know the answer to that. I think there can only be one invasion at one time. But we've interrupted the French from trying to take it. The army force in southern Spain isn't looking good anyway. Maybe they held it off. I'm not too sure. If somebody knows, do let me know. The Italians are still under pressure in Ethiopia area and Somaliland. The British are still trying to take it. Oh, so that war was in the African continent. At this rate, France is going to end up owning most of Africa, which I can't have. Need to try and keep friendly relations with Germany if I can. Keep out of that. There's only so many you can do at one particular time now. And our other fleet is coming in. It will take a couple of days to get there, but western Spain is not going to be looking too good. We've got estimated duration 2 hours 6 done. I don't think we're going to take it in one turn, but we can keep going. if we were to take this, we would have a massive port here to resupply with, and we can sustain a large fleet here consistently. I've got the option here to actually become allies with Russia. Do I do that? It would be good to have their support in a invasion. We could use their docks, which would be good for the Philippines. I think I'm gonna turn them down. Don't really want allies anymore, as long as I can hopefully pick and choose where we're going to be fighting the enemy. We've got that upgrade for the torpedo range. That is beautiful. The French really are going for the Germans in their colonial power sections. Yeah, if we would have gone to ally with Russia, then we would have ended up being buddy-buddy with the UK and France, which I don't want to be fully allied with them. Try and keep them in the good books for now. I want to try and keep from going to war with Germany as well. I'm going to gradually improve relations with them. Brazilians, our ally, still after purchasing more of our ships, and they're going for one of the armoured cruisers as well, which is interesting. Oh, here we go. So Germany are initiating a major offensive into France itself. So we'll see what happens there. That's going to smash both of their armies for quite a while. Our invasion of Spain is still looking good. Lots of Spanish losses. And now, also, in 1 month's time, we will have our new battleships available to us, which is fantastic. And the new light armoured cruisers. We can stick them in battle straight away. Before we engage this Spanish fleet, I am going to maneuver our 2 new battleships over to this fleet and engage them then, just so we have overwhelming firepower, and it should give them some good, valuable experience, because they will be rubbish at aiming, so we might as well at least get them some easier targets. Our fleet has also entered the area for the naval invasion, giving us lots of tonnage available for this invasion. Lots of transports are being annihilated, and our forces still look quite strong in taking Western Spain. We're going to get our new battleships linked up with our new light cruisers and see about moving them all in together. Our invasion has failed, which is disappointing, but also understandable. Germans are... oh wow, they've got a big army there. They're going to try and invade northern France. That is going to be a mess. Do we go for Western Spain again? Or do we go for Sardinia? That is the question. I honestly think we should try Western Spain again, because we're looking like we've smashed a lot of their army there. And now we have more ships available. Let's do it again. Yes, please. Not only that, but over here, our ships can be resupplied to some degree, at least, from our newly acquired colonies of the Canary Islands. So we can let France and Germany smash each other to bits while we gradually take care of the business. Technology-wise, we're looking at a destroyer class now, actually. This might actually be the solution to the mining thing. We haven't actually built any of that class that we made on the previous one, which was just built for mining. These might actually be a good alternative and cheaper as well, so we'll get that rushed and see about having a dabble with that. Now, if we can't take Western Spain again on this turn, we are going to go to Sardinia, because we do need a port over here desperately. And looks like the Italians don't really have that much. The army force in Sardinia is considerably less, and even in Western Sicily. So Sardinia would probably be the immediate, easier option. The fleet that we had recently built with the new armoured cruisers, I'm going to introduce 4 of the Augusta classes in from the fleet of the old stuff. So I'm going to actually build more of those newer cruisers, the armoured ones, and stick them in another one, and then those 4 Augustas that they're going to replace will go back into the older tech fleet. I want to keep hold of them just for now, simply because they will be boosting our total tonnage, helping in naval invasions. We're only around 8,500 tons, which is half of the Washington. But I've got 6 of them, so it's equivalent to 3 Washingtons extra being floating around, which is lovely. But let's get 4 more of these built. Money will be an problem at some point. However, you've also got to think that we are building massively on the new shipyard as well, so don't worry about that too much. And on that note, I'm going to leave this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed this so far. Things to look forward to are going to be the new destroyer design, which is going to be for potentially joining in on the fleet actions. We'll see what we can make, but we definitely need a new mine layer. Well, see if it's better than the mine layer that we have just built. This fleet over here we can use to decimate this Spanish one that we have floating around. We can reorganize this fleet and get some more of these older ones into the older fleet in general. Send these back into port to probably save us some money, but we're going to have some more naval invasions and combat. See what the Italians can throw at us. Their fleet seems to be floating around here. I hope to see you in the next one. See you later. Bye bye.